Hey guys, Mecha-san here with more RWBY Volume 8. This is episode 9 called The Witch. And we're back with both Yang, Ren, and Jaune as they both try to rescue Oscar and get information needed for the Aesops. Oh, and the thumbnail shows that it seems Emerald and Azel are going to, yeah, kind of disappointed by that. Anyhow, the description reads here, the clock is ticking on Jaune, Ren, and Yang's rescue mission. The Aesops hold the line against Salem's forces. Oh, boy, and a few things. No, before I begin, though, there's a few things I would like to say, because concerning, like to address some of the comments from the last video here, and recent happenings, because I'm recording this reaction on a Thursday. And I already heard that Texas is going through a massive snowstorm, everything like that here. We're talking like negative, like cold, negative 30 or something. I don't know what, but very cold areas here to the point where Rooster Teeth had to move episode 10 from releasing this week for the public to next week. So yeah, instead of February 20th, we're getting it to 27th, and I understand. I mean, I've seen Murder Bird. He did a little video addressing all this, showing everything, and the things he displayed is like, yeah, to the point where even like the water on a running sink faucet here, which yes, you keep the faucet because the water moving. The water literally froze as it's going up here. It's like the water froze going down the faucet. Actually froze in place here. Something I've only ever seen in a fucking cartoons. It's like I'm seeing a cartoon joke in real life here. That's not good. So yeah, look, and power, although power's going off like crazy there, so yeah, like they're delayed here, and they already got it bad from the fact of the pandemic and the quarantine and everything, and how it's quite clear this volume, specifically this half of the volume, second half here, has clearly suffered the most in terms of writing and such here. Like there's not been that much, because people have to work at home and everything, and they don't have a lot of people like doing the punch-up work, like looking through the finished scripts and going, okay, you know what? This scene doesn't really make much sense here, or you could use this scene, or people actually going back and forth with like that here, thinking, all right, look, this scene from this chapter doesn't make much sense, but if we had a scene in the previous chapter, it better like makes this make more sense for the audience, stuff like that. So again, they don't have that much here. The quality control has clearly taken a downturn here, but it's not their fault. It's just the world's currently going against everyone here, and so things suffer. So I don't blame them, and in fact, I can relate to what they're going through right now. Exactly, just replace snowstorm with a Category 5 hurricane, and you got my situation way back when. We still haven't fully recovered either way. But there's that here. So people, I'd ask you, just if you guys are like angry or stuff like that here, it's like, you're assholes. Like, get a hobby, get new stuff. There's more than just RWBY here. It's like, watch other stuff. I mean, if you want more RWBY, read a book, read the mangas, play Grimm or something like that. Looking through the old volumes. Rewatch some older World of Remnant videos or something. Read some fan fiction. Or, you know, do something else. I mean, I keep myself busy all the time here, so I can wait. I can wait another year if they have to, like, to make RWBY great and, like, finish off volume 8. That's how well I can wait. Because I'm good. Now, with all that said, I'm going to go into the comment section here, some of the things you guys said. Okay, one of the things I forgot to address here, and I wanted to say this in the last episode, was Ironwood's plan to move the entirety of Atlas up in the surface, up and beyond the skies here. That's not a plan. That's not really a plan here. It's like I failed to address that, but that is clearly not a plan here. I mean, Ironwood had a plan, And it was actually in line to what the villains were afraid of.
If General Ironwood comes to his senses and calls upon aid from Vacuo, all may be lost for us.
Only it was gonna be a whole lot worse here because he was gonna restore global communications. But now with the scare like Salem literally coming close to them, it's like he wants distance. He wants some breathing room. So that's what he's doing. He wants to lift Atlas up so that he can gain some breathing room, let out a sigh of relief, and so that he can actually come up with an actual plan. That's what this stunt is. It's just him trying to get some room to think. Yeah, it's just he's winging it basically. So that's what this is. So yeah, and again, it's like I can't say I blame him either. It's like you're under pressure, you're stuck on the defensive and such, and yeah. So a second, let me just. Something else that was brought to my attention here by another commenter called Simon, and he pointed this out from another video where the hound, the faunus inside the hound looked like it was a fox faunus. In which case, that is a twisted parody on the fox and the hound story. In this case, the fox in the hound. Messed up big time. Oh boy, yeah. It's like I see that now, but again, we don't really know. But if that was a fox faunus, which it could very well be, it's like, damn, Rooster Teeth, you guys. I like that Disney movie. All right, so let's take a look here. We got plan to transport. Yes, Endeavor. You think you're telling me that? Yeah, the plan was indeed to not to bring them up to Atlas, but to transport them far away from Mantle and Atlas. Sure, yeah, my bad. Alright, and here's one that people been, yeah. There's something I also felt here, how the RWBY's aura seems to have broken just way too easily. Now, this is actually something I've also heard in the forums as well here, where they've been up all night, they haven't relaxed, their aura could have been low, and so thus easy to break. That is indeed a good theory. Why couldn't they show that beforehand? In the previous episode, we had Yang inspect their auras here, their respective auras here, while on their scroll and stuff like that here, while they were trying to get back to civilization. So why couldn't you have a scene of, say, I don't know, Blake in the manor, like, looking through their aura levels on her scrolls and noticing that they are quite low because of, I don't know, they've been up all night, and that could be another factor here because that's something we never know. Does like straining your body like that here, like staying up all night, staying up longer than you should, foregoing rest, also damage your aura in some way? And that could be it. I mean, we could have easily fit that scene in the part where they drink some coffee to try to stay awake and calm themselves here. Like, you could have had a quick scene of Blake checking out their aura under the scrolls here, and voila! That could have answered the question as to why RWBY's aura broke so easily. It's that easy. Also, one thing I gotta say as well, Blake in her little comment, it's like, girl, it's like, what happened to Blake? It's like, it used to be where she was a pretty capable fighter here, and now it's like she was strictly on the defensive with that centaur, which, okay, and just trying to get RWBY to wake up. Like, you need RWBY. You didn't need RWBY F to begin with when you first started out here. You survived on your own. You survived for a while after the fall of Beacon. She should be able to easily fend off for herself here and do some damage to that Grimm. Yeah, like, the fight scenes really did take a turn here, really dropping quality here, but again, that could entirely be the fault of the pandemic and just how difficult it has been to work. So I can't really blame the animators and such in all this. There's so much. Let me just look through more stuff. We've been through that. Mix of the humanoid Grimm, yep. That's, It's not okay. It's not it, but it feels like okay. It's like cool. And yeah, it seems to be pretty much. I think there's more to it here. Is the Horror of the Hound and everything. Oh yeah, one thing I like to point out here is that a lot of people think that because Ruby realized that the Hound was a person in the Hound, it's like it could affect her. It could make it like she would not want to fight anymore. Another like in case she face another creature like the Hound. Yeah, that could definitely affect her. Even though someone should probably tell her that, Ruby, hate to tell you this, but that they're dead. The Hound, that person in the Hound has been long dead. It's like the only reason he was kept going, he was relatively like active, was because this experiment Salem did. In fact, one thing I realized here is the choir song when they killed the Hound. I thought that was appropriate when we first heard it, but then I looked online and there was a translation of it. It's like, oh my god, it was made for this. It was literally made for this one scene here. It's like pretty much like the person telling Ruby, "Don't cry, you freed me. Thank you, don't worry." But yeah, it does lead to a possible scare of Summer Rose. After all, that was an experiment here, clearly, and the Hound, it worked pretty damn well and effective. You can really chalk that up to, again, the Silver Eyes. A weakness which I'm sure Salem knows full well. In fact, it was through the experiment of the Hound and whoever that she was probably able to successfully bind Grimm parts to Salem. Without, yeah. So, yeah, we're getting a bit of answers here, like how was Salem able to knew what to do with binding Grimm to Cinder there. It's like, yeah, because she had a lot of test subjects, trial runs and stuff like that, like, so she knows what she's doing. Oh boy, it's out. I mean, I also assume she was able to balance out, use that. At first she needed to use silver-eyed people in a similar process to how she was made here, how her immortal body could not be destroyed by the pool of darkness and stuff like that. So it required someone with the powers of the God of Light next with that, and just gotta find a balance. And she did. Oh boy, that's something. Anyhow, so let's get on with this, people. This is gonna have a lot of editing done. Oh boy, okay. Before I begin, one other thing I am currently at a loss in is it's getting very, very difficult to tell the passage of time, especially now with those jellyfish Grimm that were circling around Monstra, and the cloud they create has just encompassed all of Atlas. So, what time is it? I mean, I'm pretty sure it's pretty late. I mean, when the Grimm made landfall on Atlas, was it like it was the crack of dawn? It was like the crack of dawn here because, yeah, we had the scene with the shooting of the geyser and everything like that. So it's dawn. These guys have been awake for way too long. It's almost been like 24 hours, I think, in universe, or beyond that. I don't know. I'm gonna have to rewatch the episodes like 6, 7, 8, 9, and oh. We say goodbye to all the things they love. Yeah, but just there's a little crow. There's something else I forgot to mention here. The scene with that episode started with Cinder breaking in, and it ends with Cinder kicking Watts out. It's like, how much time has passed? Why? Like, how long has she been digging through? Like, why didn't the soldiers come in? It's like, yeah, time is kind of the chronology of the series was thrown off here. You could, in the old volumes, you could tell they were keeping things like in line, like you could tell while things were happening. Here it's like it's more disjointed now. Wither on the vine, yep. Ever die. You the wrong side. You did all for every fight for every life. Sometimes it's worth it. Yeah, I guess it depends, but we'll see. No, there's something I want to talk about this as well here. That I saw all of that bodies and everything like that. There's something about that scene, and the score. Those are the fan art Grimm here that won the contest. I was wondering when they're gonna appear here. Those score bug. I forgot what they were called, but yeah. How'd you get inside?
Well, that was harrowing.
Wait, we missed.
We still have to search this whole thing and find Oscar.
Harrowing? Okay.
We're supposed to find Oscar.
Not.
It's going to be like finding a needle in a giant whale. Why did we think this was a good idea?
I might be able to help.
Yeah,
I
big
sense spikes of people's emotions, I think. It happens.
Yeah, why?
If I focus my aura, I can keep it up.
Okay.
Okay.
That's new.
That's it. Yeah.
Maybe one of them is Oscar?
I can sort of tell where they are, but not who. They're more or less in the same area, though. Further in. I can lead.
Hey, you don't have to drain yourself. I can
Yeah.
need help too.
Yeah, good thinking.
Okay, there's a lot you can pick up from this scene alone, so I'll be.
Lead the way.
Okay, John. Oh, thank God the writing took consistent on John there. I love that. All right, so there's Oscar looking like crap.
Off her bumps and bruises, for nothing hurt worse than the loneliness in her chest.
I recognize that. The girl who fell through the world.
The girl.
I shouldn't be surprised you're so familiar with fairy tales.
I've lived through my share of them. How are you holding up?
Oh boy, I gotta get me the fairy tale of Remnant.
Into a new world was exciting. I never understood why she was so sad when she finally made it back home. But now, it makes more sense.
She wasn't the same girl anymore.
Yeah.
I think this plan to divide might have run its course. It's time we start thinking about a way out.
Yeah.
Not having arcane certainly limits the options, so...
No. I don't like what happens when we use magic. Every time we use it, I can feel us merging faster.
Oh.
Not ready for that.
Okay. Yeah. That.
Honestly, I think you're doing just fine on your own.
Hazel. Taking him. Trenches.
We're keeping this LZ clear for the payload. We're going to put aboard that thing. If we can't hold this...
Oh, those two right, those three right, four right there. The colored hair on the left. Right. These. Whoa, cat!
happen to know a tune for this, huh?
I don't know that anybody does.
Another wave incoming. Keep them back. Move, move, move.
What? They're just kids.
Yeah.
Hash out our issues later. Right
They're
now,
just kids.
Kill Grimm.
We need everyone on deck for this one. I'm sorry. It's like, oh wow, this is. Again, I got a theory behind all this here, and that I saw from another video. Originally, I agree with what the hell is with that setup. What are you thinking, Atlas? Then I remember. Oh wait, I got an idea. I think a possible reasoning.
If it's a lie, and I took that lie to Salem, the punishment would fall on my head before yours. If what you said is true, and I use the password myself, well, I don't know what happens when this thing activates. So let's see if you're bluffing.
You want me to summon her?
Either way, It'll tell me what I need to know.
What are you doing?
Emerald?
Let's find out.
Okay, interesting take here, Hazel. Like, want to confirm what you think the truth is the truth or not. Alright. Oh. Oh, the bubble stopped. And the shock look at their face.
Why, hello again, old man. Did you have a question for me?
I think he does.
I think all my questions are answered now.
What are you going to do?
What Gretchen would have done. And that starts with getting you away from here. Both of you.
I'm going to need something before I go.
So, just to be clear, none of you have a question for me?
No, but we'll be bringing you with us.
The moment we move that thing, this place goes on high alert.
Alright, this is an interesting twist, but...
But
I'll come back for it. Not like she knows the password anyway.
I like Jin. Oh. Neo? Okay, wow. Camouflage there. Alien 2.0. Okay, John, you're exhausting yourself.
It's not your fault. I'm masking and tracking at the same time.
Do you guys need a minute?
We don't know how much.
Okay, masking and tracking at the same time, huh?
Why don't you give masking a break? Give me directions and I can scout ahead.
Thanks. We should be heading straight for a while.
So doing two things in once was too much. But how's his aura?
At least you guys being friends again takes the sting out of impending doom.
It's okay to be afraid, you know.
Yeah.
You don't always have to hide it with a joke.
Oh, yeah, he knows
I'm not
now.
the only one who's scared.
We're all...
I'm scared.
Yeah.
Him, on the other hand, there's no fear at all.
Really?
See it. He believes we're going to get this done.
A bit of Pyrrha rubbed off on him.
Yeah, mask is right.
Oh. Yeah, that jellyfish. Uh-oh. He's burning himself out. You're exhausted. No more aura.
You sure he'll be okay on his own?
I don't know. We just need to get... Wait. Ah, Hazel.
Oh.
Gotten what we need yet?
Say. Yeah, he's getting... Oh, fortunately, distraction.
Seems we have guests. The lamp. Find them.
What now?
Let's do what we do best. Charge blindly into danger.
Charge blindly into...
Keep moving forward, but
Yeah.
sure. Ren,
Forward. No matter
Yeah.
what.
Forward. Charge blindly to danger. Oh, God. You know, Yang, you're not exactly a good leader. No offense. All right. Wait, there's more people? So it's not... Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. Killer Quartet. Killer Quartet spell.
How much longer for the payload?
It's approaching the LZ now.
come on, Juan.
Come on, guys. Tell me.
You.
No, wait! Stop!
Oscar!
Okay, that was Oscar.
I knew I sensed some weak minds nearby.
What's going on here?
It's a long story.
You're gonna have to try and summarize it. Why should we trust you?
Because she's scared.
Yep.
Just like us.
Hmm.
Or maybe because I know how to get out of here. Anybody coming?
Oh. There's the payload. That's why I think it's powerful enough.
We're gonna clear a path
It
for
was
that monster.
Flint and Neon's like.
Set the timer, and then we're out.
Of course, they don't. This thing.
Still be alive in there.
I gave them their window.
Yeah.
We can't wait any longer.
Would you say the same thing if it was your sister inside? Are you gonna tell her what you did to her friends?
Yes, Mira. Because that's my duty.
It sucks, yeah.
Now you do yours.
Look at that. You see, she's being emotional to you. Like, she doesn't want to do this. She hates doing this, but she would. It's her duty. It's like her sister, her personal feelings over the people of Atlas and such. It's like, it's sadly.
It's her.
Whoa! Salem's pissed! Salem is very pissed! Oh boy! Oh, she can switch on her arms?
You really have been honing that semblance of yours.
Yeah. Nothing! That didn't even flinch! Okay, never mind. Oh, that's just... She didn't even have an aura, but she didn't need her aura.
Let them go!
Using magic! Yeah, you're in her domain. She's got the home field advantage.
What did you do with the lamp?
Nothing.
It's missing. Where is it?
I didn't do anything with it.
Where is it?
Okay, she knows it's telling the truth. Like, yeah, it's...
Look how you've diminished.
Yeah.
How you've lessened yourself. And for what? These children? This ruined world?
Oh!
Why
She's...
do you keep coming back?
Why do you?
Oh!
All of this endless death. Because something bad happened to you once upon a time? Nobody gets a fairy tale ending. Everything I've lost, every person I've lost, is because of you.
And who is it I've taken from you, girl?
Summer Rose. My mom.
Oh, E.
Her again?
Your grace.
Ah, Hazel. I found our guests.
No!
This one was helping them. Take the boy back to his chamber. I have work to do with this one.
Yes, of course.
Oh boy.
No more Gretchen's, boy.
Okay.
I really don't know.
And this is gonna be an iconic moment right there. It's like people always suspected this stuff like that. He'll turn because because the fans love Hazel. I was kind of hoping he'd stick with Salem the whole way. Oh well.
Go now.
Okay, full on dust infusion, old school and effective. Yes. Although seriously,
Go.
having dust, we know that dust can affect your health negatively. Like,
You've decided against vengeance for your sister after all this time.
I'm doing what Gretchen would have done.
oh boy. Okay, using wind. Damn! Using I missed this here. The way they use dust so natural, like it's literally just raw natural form. Oh my god! That's a lot of blood. That's pools of Grimm water.
Come on, everyone, out! Wait, Oscar?
She'll just come after us.
Oh! Wow. They added more to transformation to her way of reviving. No more like shining light here, not because she's taken in clearly out of a pool of Grimm. Oh boy, showdown. Oh! Nice! Burn the witch!
Do it.
Burn the witch! That's it? Oh! And that felt short as hell. Oh yeah, the trenches. Oh boy, I'll say my theory in a moment, people. Winter right there saying the hard truth about war and such. Wait, she didn't have a black eye. Oh yeah. I haven't seen dust used in this. Okay, that's just magic summoning. But the way Hazel used dust, I haven't seen that method in a long time. Oh wow, he's bleeding. It's like, yeah, just using, instead of like cartridges or mixing matching. No, it's so in a raw state here, just channeling, using your aura to channel the power and the way it's dispersed and such. I miss that, like an actual sort, like actual like magic in a way. All right, so it's like all right. Okay, come on. All right, let's see. We got first this scene here, which I want to say my theory to you all. Again, this is a theory. And trenches, stuff like that. Now, I have shared my complaints about what are you guys doing here? The way you position your soldiers, stuff like that. I've seen videos of such things, and then I remembered something. Yeah, we keep comparing them to standard Earth military doctrine, strategies, and tactics, and how we do, and how Earth does things nowadays. Remnant's not Earth. When was the last war they had? And a better question, how did they fight it? How was it fought as? How did the soldiers fight in that war? If we no, I'm gonna have to use the World of Remnant video, The Great War. So I know that cannot be 100% accurate, so take it with a grain of salt, people. But if we take some of the illustrations from that displayed in that video accurate, the only ones who were using firearms at the time was the Kingdom of Mantle. And honestly, but the way they look, or their depiction here, it could have been something like early muskets, like muskets or early bolt-action rifles. All the other kingdoms were using either sword and shield and bows and arrows. After that, well, 70 years happened and there was no war. For all we know, this could be, it's a case. This is a case here. They haven't been able, and because there have been no wars, it's only their 4 countries. Like, technically 5 if you count Menagerie, but yeah, they haven't had war in years. They haven't had any conflict with each other. The most they fought were animals, were the Grimm here. And they're very animalistic in nature here, to the point they just rush everything. They can take shots after shots. So melee weapons and like swords and such still became prevalent in military. I mean, hell, the soldiers here, they have collapsible swords because they could run out of bullets when facing Grimm hordes. But yeah, they have not advanced. They haven't been pressured, been made to advance beyond their old doctrines and tactics and strategies, because they haven't fought with each other for 70 years. So their style of warfare could be like something like almost early industrial to like the first year of World War I, if you will. That could explain their outdated tactics and why they set them up like that. Again, it's just a theory, though. It's not accurate by any means. There's holes in it, but heck, it could have. I mean, hell, if they never had a world, I mean, look at that. They got. You ever notice here how they don't even have tanks? No tanks. They never invented it, apparently. Unlike us. Tanks are what pretty much made trench warfare obsolete. And it seems these guys never had that here. They sort of progressed, and they in some areas here, like with the paladins and mechs, but they stayed behind in other areas. Like they never advanced. They were never pressured to innovate in a military sense here. Like soldiers will stick with what they know, with what they've learned and such here. Like they will not think of something new unless they're pressured to do so here. Even like the tactics used in say, and I've been watching the great events of World War II in color on Netflix for this, people, but like the Blitzkrieg that the Nazis used, that was created by one man here. The rest were still thinking like World War I era, but this guy was a thinker. He pushed forward and innovated. And you didn't have anyone to really push forward because you weren't really at war. You were fighting Grimm, which you can do so with very well with what you know. Except now you're fighting the largest horde of Grimm and the most organized, because Salem is leading the charge here. So if they survive this battle, they're gonna have to come up with brand new strategies and tactics and whole new doctrines. But yeah, and then we got this scene. Let's see this line. Like,
That was harrowing.
that was harrowing. It's like we missed that. We wanted, like, I was like, I wanted to see how you guys got in there, but we didn't get to see there, and we only got that little tip there. It was harrowing. It was clear they got tired here. Who knows how their aura level is, but unfortunately, this is what I was talking about with the pen, with how outside factors are affecting everything, where you gotta skip some, and so the harrowing trek to get inside of Monstra was sadly one of those things that they have to, like, write over. Like, skip ahead. I mean, maybe in the comics, stuff like that, we could get more to seeing what they had to do and everything like that. But yeah.
We're not in the clear yet. We still have to search this whole thing and find Oscar before the Aesops blow us to pieces.
How are we supposed to find Oscar? It's going to be like finding a needle in a
Whale?
giant
Whale.
whale. Why did we think this was a good idea?
Technically, you were the one who thought it was a good idea. Granted, you guys all agreed to it, but I like that. Like, you're like, it's one of those things where kids, they think these things like in the heat of the moment here, but when they're actually like neck deep in the middle of it, and their emotion has been quelled, and they realize, okay, what were we thinking? So yeah, this was unfortunately.
I might be able to help.
We had Ren here.
I sense spikes of people's emotions, I think.
Yeah.
It happened on Winter Ship. If I focus my aura, I can keep it up.
Okay, that's new.
Yeah, That's new. It's like, yeah, he didn't explain it to them here. I mean, for the most part, Yang and Jaune just went with it, stuff like that here, and but now he's telling them what happened. It's like, oh, so that was, so it's like, oh, so that thing, so that's what was the whole deal with the thing on the gun on the ship. Okay, cool, we can use that.
Maybe one of them is Oscar?
I can sort of tell where they are.
Thanks. Well, lead the way.
And I like, yeah. Jaune, I love you. And I love how, yeah, he's the only one who is not scared. He believes that they're going to survive because they're together. That's the kind of leader you need here. That's the kind of leader you need. I mean, he can compromise, think in a way that the military can agree, but also that they can agree as well here. And although keeps its chin up and stuff like that, but still knows to be cautious.
I recognize that. The girl who fell through the world.
The girl who, which is, I gotta read the fairy tales of Remnant here. I gotta give me that book here, but that seems, clearly, most of these fairy tales, he has to have written them. They're more like autobiography than anything else here. But that one's clearly about, like, what, Salem or something? When she...
I shouldn't be surprised.
And we also learned in this scene... here that every time... they have been merging. Like, there's no getting around that. The more time passes, the more they become one. But using magic seems it speeds up the process. Then we got this scene.
Listen up, everyone.
Oh, wow. Like, Team Funky. We had Team Funky right here.
We're keeping this LZ clear for the payload. We're going to put aboard that thing.
It's like, yeah, they're kids, but this is very realistic, actually. Like, oh, wow. World War I and II and so on, there were kids. Like, just fresh out of boot camp here, like, put on there. It's like, and I like how, yeah, we can see Neon here still has her rollerblades, because that's part of her fighting style. So even though they're in uniform here, they're allowed to obviously keep their weapon stuff, what they're familiar with, what they work best with.
If we can't hold this line, it will continue to spit out.
I think the biggest, I think what I don't like the most is how they're the only ones without the helmets. It's like, yeah, because they're the main character, they're Team Funky, we know them. But, you know, these guys are clearly supposed to represent what? Some of the Atlas Academy graduates and such like that. But, so, have some more. Let's see, they're the reserve forces, obviously. So let's see some more. People without helmets here, granted, I think, again, that's another unfortunate sacrifice they had to do because of there's got to be a lot of sacrifices here because of the pandemic and now and everything. So I'm sure the original plan was to have a lot less faceless helmet people here and more like to sort of show, yeah, these guys are actually huntsmen and huntresses and from the academies, like in training. It's so weird seeing Flint without his hat.
Another wave incoming.
They're just kids.
You can hash out your issues later. Right now, just kill Grimm.
Yeah, and seeing those triches really does reinforce helps, I think, reinforce my theory, or at least gives my theory more weight. And like, yeah, they're behind the time. They are, from our point of view, strict point of view, they're behind the times. They're more antiquated and such. You can't blame them. It makes sense when you think in context here. This isn't Earth. Remnant does not have over 200 different countries and such. They're not no different ideals anymore here. They've been at peace for 70 years among each other, trying to help fight for each other instead of against each other with varying success here. While Earth, it can't really go a decade or two without some form of conflict happening, whether it be a large scale or small scale. And here we got something where, interesting logic that Hazel played here.
Why did you bring me here?
I've been thinking about what you said. If it's a lie, and I took that lie to Salem, the punishment would fall on my head before yours. If what you said is true, and I use the password myself, well, I don't know what happens when this thing activates. So let's see if you're bluffing.
Okay, so this is interesting logic here, where he wanted to test the truth here, but he didn't want to test it himself here because he was being cautious. So he brought Oscar to do it himself. And yeah, I gotta say I'm a bit disappointed, saddened really. They went the easy route here, with Hazel eventually turning sides, going against Salem. It's like, because he's a fan favorite. And I do like Hazel, but it would have been far more ballsier move, in my opinion, here. It's like a much more impressive move if he still stayed. Like, he didn't believe him, everything like that. He stayed along with Salem, everything like, despite everything. Yeah, like, subvert our expectations, if you will. Instead, nah. So yeah, then we have who has no questions and everything like, yeah, like.
Why, hello again, old man.
You know, it's kind of demeaning for Jin here to always address Oscar as old man, even when Ospin is not in control. It's like, come on, girl, respect the kid. I mean, acknowledge the kid at least when he acknowledge who's in control here. It's not us. It's not Ospin. It's Oscar.
Did you have a question for me?
I just love her. I love her design. How casual she is.
Actually, I think all my questions are answered now.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do?
What Gretchen would have done.
Going to need something before
You out first.
Yeah, the K, he's gonna. And then, surprise, surprise, this was like, where did this come from? Neo? Neo's ability, like, makes Ilya look like an amateur.
Sorry. It's not your fault. I'm masking and tracking at the same time.
Do you guys...
Okay, yeah, so he's Ren is literally pulling double duty here with using both his abilities, which no doubt drains his semblance faster. And since drains his aura faster, and since he's even hooked up with Jaune, oh boy, it makes me wonder how low are they now?
Need a minute?
I mean,
We don't know how much.
we already know how low Ren is.
Why don't you give masking a break? Give me directions and I can scout ahead.
Well, at least you guys being friends again takes the sting out of impending doom.
It's okay to be afraid, you know.
Yeah.
You don't always have to hide it with a joke.
Yeah, the thing, I mean, I don't think Yang cut it as a leader, but she's she's a brawler and slash comedy relief of the group here. Like, helps to keep everyone's spirits up here. That's kind of her job, and that she does good. But
Glad I'm not the only one who's scared.
Of course I'm scared. Him, on the other hand, there's no fear at all. I can see it. He believes we're going to get this done.
Then I do too.
then we have this seer here. Oh yes, Ren is fully exhausted his aura.
What?
Yeah, you can tell, like, Jaune and Yang here are still up and ready, but Like Ren, he can barely keep his he can barely hold on to his guns like anymore.
Let's do what we do best. Charge.
So yeah, he's become a bit of a weak link here. So. Oh, and we see these guys here. They've clearly been fighting for a long time, no rest, but they're still going. And the Killer Quartet. See, it's like anyone who thinks that these weapons would not work in modern warfare, screw you. You don't know anything. I mean, they ground a freaking Manticore.
How much longer for the payload?
Yeah. Indeed, these guys do work well here. Though nothing spectacular about this fight here, at least by previous fight comparison here. But that's not the point. This isn't a spectacle anymore. This is a battlefield.
It's approaching the LZ now.
And time's of the essence here. Now, there's a payload.
Come on, Juan.
There's Marrow there. He's getting more and more stressed. He's like Ren said, he doesn't want to be there anymore. But he told himself he's got a duty to fulfill, and then it was backed up by Winter.
I knew. Round. This is it, everyone. We're gonna clear a path to that monster. We get the payload aboard, set the timer, and then we're out.
And then we got this scene. This seemed right beautiful.
Still be alive in there.
Yeah, she did.
Would you say the same thing if it was your sister inside?
Look at the motion.
You did to her friends?
Yes, Mara. Because that's my duty.
And I like how she doesn't even put on a hard face here. It's like she's letting her emotion. She's trying to be in control, but she's letting her emotions show quite clear. She's talking like direct eye contact with Meryl here as she says all this.
Now you do yours.
Look at that. It's like, this is the duty we signed up for. It's hard, but we gotta think of the big picture here. The people are relying on us here. If that means my sister has to hate me, if my sister hates me all the time, but you know what? She could live. She'll probably have a good chance of living. And the people have a good chance can survive as well, so yeah. It's a hard choice, but you gotta make the choice. You can't let emotion get in the way here because it prevents you from doing things at the right time. And the more you hold back, the more lives will be lost here. The higher the price. That's the trailer scene right there, but yeah.
We're almost out.
Okay. And this is the interesting thing right here.
It's her.
Yeah, she went for the lamp. We know Neo was in the lamp room. What did Neo do? Why is Salem mad? There are so many questions right now. Oh, can't wait for this. I can see it be answering in like in the next episode or 2 or whatever. And oh yeah, I love that. Her arms literally stretch forward like that.
You really have been honing that semblance of yours.
I like how she gives that compliment to Emerald right there. It's like, you really have been honing it. It's like, it even fooled me, and I should be able. I'm strong enough to be able to tell through that. So not bad, kid. Not bad at all. Not as big as I thought. It's like, oh wow, you can actually see the Grimm blood spikes coming out of there. It's like, oh, look at that. She's returning in there. Yeah, suddenly my theory that she literally absorbed the pool of annihilation into herself is holding a lot more weight. Because we've seen how it looks like when she first can be revived, when, you know, back in that little vision of the lamp showed.
Let them go.
What did you do with the lamp?
There we are. What did Neo do to the lamp, I wonder?
Nothing. It's missing.
Oh ho ho! Neapolitan, you might have bit out more than you can chew here. I mean, it's not like she can ask. Can she ask a question? I guess she can technically like write on a scroll and ask her. But then again, she can't even summon it. I mean, it's not like you can just write. Oh wait a minute, no, you can. Just text to speech. Jin on her scroll, speech, and voila. Maybe that'll work.
Look how you've diminished. How you've lessened yourself. And for what? These children? This ruined world?
Yeah, here it comes, the first scene. Oh, she's gonna gouge her eyes.
Do you keep coming back? What?
Well, let's see. A, because, you know, the god of light made it that way, and B, because someone has to. How about that? How's that for an answer?
I do you! All of this endless death. Because something bad happened to you once upon a time? Nobody gets a fairy tale ending. Everything I've lost. Every person I've lost.
Yeah, she doesn't want a fairy tale ending, Yang. She just wants an end. Period. So, Yang, I'll excuse her in this regard because she truly does not understand at all what's going on here, and it's more emotional, like especially what she learned about Summer Rose and everything like that. So Summer was even though Raven, like, it was her mother, Summer, she was there when Raven was not here, so Summer was a second mother to her. She was everything. Like, I remember when she told Blake about how Summer was. Slayer of monsters and baker of cookies. And so, yeah, now she has a target of her grievance, of the loss she suffers, and right here. So she's literally letting her emotions get the best of her. That's the thing here. That's the thing when you're a fighter, you don't really hold back on how you feel.
It's because of you.
And who is it I've taken from you, girl?
Summer Rose. My mom.
Oh.
Her again.
Oh, that's creepy. Oh, when she smiles like that, you know you've like, oh, you're giving me an idea. Because I think one of the theories fans had was they would find the hold where they're keeping other experiments like the Hound. We could very well be seeing, this could very well inspire her to like send out Summer Rose monster.
Hazel. I found our guests. This one was helping them.
Then we got all that here.
Hazel.
Like all those. Let's see, we got ice dust right there over his shoulder. We got this has got to be lightning dust, obviously. Fire or burn dust, depending on the call it. Earth dust, right here, obviously. And this one right here behind earth dust has got to be wind dust. Damn, you know, I gotta wonder how much is he damaging his body by doing this. Yeah, his semblance does suppress pain. I get that, but it's a health issue. This is still a health issue. Having all this dust can not be good for your body. I mean, look what happened to Weiss's grandfather.
Hazel, for your sister.
I mean, people who did that could not have had a long health expectancy. But still, also seeing them use dust like this in its very much more raw, nascent, like just pure crystals. And so much blood. So much Grimm blood. Pools of destruction.
Come on, everyone, out! Wait, Oscar?
She'll just come after us.
Oh! Yeah! Oh boy! Come back. So yeah. Oh, so that's Crystal. So yeah, that crystal in his hand clearly hard like dust, and I'm not surprised it's that small either, because from all RWBY lore says that hard like dust is artificially made, like Atlas is what made it, and it's the most expensive dust of them all. So not easy to get. And here we are, like the final show. Oh, didn't even let him wait, but then we got that, and then Hazel like hiding a burn dust in his mouth. Literally burning the witch. This title's perfect.
Do it.
And we got that. And then we got the concept art and everything like that. It's all... This was great. So yeah. Overall, I gotta say, watching this again, damn good episode. Damn, one of the best episodes there. Again, well, they obviously had to cut a few things short. Stupid pandemic, and now we got the stupid frickin' snowstorm happening in Texas. Good luck, people in RWBY. Yeah, good luck, RWBY. Stay safe and everything like that here. Trust me, from a guy who went through a goddamn fucking Category 5 hurricane. Stay safe. Stay safe. But yeah, overall, I think this episode was better than the last episode in a number of ways here, like in the battle, and some of the characters were much more better written in a way here, and even Yang's comment on Salem here with what she was saying about everything. It's like I understood it better now, because when she brought up Summer Rose, like, oh, this is you just letting out over what? Almost 15 years of pain and anguish at the loss of Summer Rose, of the person who was your second mother. Yeah. I mean, I was annoyed with Yang in the later half here, especially with all the smack talk she gave, the Aesop in the military and everything. Here, it's like you got an understandable reason, an old hostility that's coming up, and might have been a big fat mistake here, because you just gave her an idea. All right, everyone. So tell me what you all thought about this episode in the comment section down below. I think it was good. A little disappointed, obviously, at Hazel defecting. Everyone pretty much thought that was gonna happen and such, and it would have been a complete like, wait, what? If it didn't happen. But fans love him. Though he could pretty much die in that scene right there, so, and die for nothing. Well, wait and see, everyone. So, thank you all for watching. I think a lot of characters here got more development here. I think Winner in that first few scenes, like from rallying the soldiers, telling them everything, to her essentially being honest and straightforward with Marrow here, to the point where she even dropped her professional facade to say, "This is what we signed up for. And this is our duty. It's our kingdoms over a few people." I'm sorry, but yeah, we gotta think We gotta think for the whole. And yeah, seeing granted, like let's see, I would think Team Funky. Let's see, if they're still in Atlas, it's been a few years. I think it's been 3 years since the Battle of Beacon, maybe 2 or 3. So they should be in like their 3rd or their final year in Atlas Academy. Either way, yeah, it's no stranger here. Like we've had children have to take part in war here when things weren't that bad. And if you're gonna get kids in war here, it might as well be the huntsman in training. So yeah, everyone, that's all I gotta say here. Thank you for watching. Tell me what you all thought about this. I'm sure you have several things to say as well. No doubt, things against my theory about the Atlas military and why it seems to be so outdated. Why or such. Just tell me in the comments down below. Until then, this is Mecha-san, and I'll see you guys in the next one.